Don't try to sneak into your room like that. I know what you've got behind your back. Records. More new records.
Well, the big, beautiful Wilson-Benesch GMT1 turntable is back in the UK. I don't have it anymore, I'm sad to say. Over 32,000 people watched and listened to the UHQR of Babylon Sisters from Analog Productions' Steely Dan reissue. And they liked it, and I don't blame them. But even though the turntable is gone, I have recorded a whole bunch of other songs that I'm going to post on this channel using that turntable, so you'll get to enjoy it on other songs, including I did a transcription of a Decca pressing of Let It Bleed, one of the great Rolling Stones records. And so I want to talk about this for a minute. The music, this record came out in 1969 at the end of the year, and actually the American one came out before the British one, which is interesting. This record, if you were around for this period of time, things were starting to get kind of dark. I mean, the Beatles were breaking up. The rumors were out there at that point in time. Kids that were teenagers through the 60s, by the end of the 60s, they were no longer teenagers. We had the war in Vietnam going. A lot of bad things happened in 1968. It was a very dark period of time. And so this record has a lot of violence and ugliness on it, including Gimme Shelter, which is one of the most frightening songs ever in the rock and roll world. But it also ends on a positive note with You Can't Always Get What You Want, which was a good bit of advice to a generation that could already see that they weren't going to get what they wanted, whatever it is they wanted. So let's talk about this record, the record itself. This is the original British label, the silver band FFSS label. That's one that Decca had in print since the 50s, actually, since the late 50s, as soon as stereo happened. And so for a long time, I thought this was the original pressing that I had. But it's not, actually. These were all done around the same time. The label changed just around the time that this was put out. So even though this was the original label, and I thought this was my earliest pressing, as it turns out, it's not, because I learned a lot about the matrix numbers and the stampers and the mothers, and it's a very similar situation to the EMIs. So, to understand what's happening on a Decca record, you look at the bottom, and there's a matrix number, and then there's going to be a dash and a number and a letter. So the letter represents who cut it. And there's a fantastic website called stonesondecca.com that if you care about any of this stuff, I highly recommend you visit, because the information there is fantastic. There's like dozens and dozens of label and jacket variations on this record, both in mono and stereo. And you can learn a lot to find out exactly what it is that you have and all the variations that are involved. If you care. If you don't care, it doesn't matter, right? So the way you read these labels, the way you read these intergroup information is the bottom gives you the lacquer number, dash whatever number it is, and then the W. All of the Let It Bleeds were done by the same guy, Harry Fisher. He's W. And then on the left side is going to be a number. The number tells you what the mother number was that produced the record. Everybody looking at this, I'm sure, knows what mothers and fathers and stampers are. So you make a lacquer, you silver it, you plate it, you peel it back, that makes a father. Then the father gets plated and peeled back again, and that makes a mother. And you can make many mothers from the father before it's worn out. And the mother can produce dozens up to 100 stampers comfortably, although often they go over that. And then the stamper number on the right side of the British Decca records is similar to the way EMI did it, but it spells out Buckingham, Buckingham, Buckingham. B is 1, U is 2, C is 3, etc., till you get to M, which is 0. So this record that I thought was my first original pressing, which is a 6th lacquer, is a first mother, and there's an H there, so Buckham, INGH. So it's the ninth, this is the ninth stamper made from the first mother of the sixth lacquer. Now, because all these records were made in a very short period of time, because this record sold very, very well, the fact that it's a sixth lacquer doesn't mean it's worse than the first lacquer. In fact, it's possible that Harry Fisher got better over time cutting these lacquers. And this one is the best sounding one that I have. So this is the one that I transcribed on the Wilson-Benesch turntable that you're going to hear at the end of my little lecture here. So also the labels, if you go to that website, the label variations are insane. There's like, he goes through like a dozen label variations where certain parts of it, like speed is not on every single label. Sometimes the information is upside down. Somebody took the time to go through all this. It's pretty amazing that they did that. So with these British Deccas of this period of time, there's a die cut in the back, and if the inner label is blue, that means it's stereo. If it's red, it means it's mono. So this is the inner sleeve of this record. And another interesting fact is that the London Bach Choir that did all the background stuff on You Can't Always Get What You Want, on the original, they're credited right over here, London Bach Choir. But something about this record annoyed them or upset them, and so they demanded that their name be removed, and Decca, rather than reprinting the inner sleeve, what they did was that was original too. So the original has everything. So a later pressing, which I have here, I'll take out for you. What happened on the later pressing is they painted it black, you devil. That's it. They just stamped over it black. So if you have an original, if you have a first lacquer, well, it doesn't matter. I'm getting in the weeds here. I don't want to get in the weeds. So that's this record. There's multiple versions of this out there, and the best sounding one that I've got is the one with the original label, even though it's the sixth lacquer that was cut. And that's what you're going to hear right now. It's sad that the turntable is gone, but we still have happy things to play from it. And remember, this record you're going to hear is a 55-year-old record that I have been playing for 55 years. So it's not perfect, but I think it's in pretty good shape. And you can comment and tell me how you think it sounds. All right? So here's Gimme Shelter from an original British pressing of Let It Bleed on Decca Records.